Hi, welcome to Smosh Reads Reddit Stories. I'm Shane, and today's theme is holidays. Yeah! I believe it is November 29th that this is being posted, which means it's kind of right in the middle of the holiday season. Christmas time, the holiday season is beginning for many. Thanksgiving just happened. Halloween just happened like a couple weeks ago.
We're taking away our pumpkin pancake batter and we're replacing it with candy cane. Nutmeg pumpkin.
Peppermint. Pumpkins are allowed in December.
They are, but we're shifting a little bit to a more peppermint.
Yeah, but we're going peppermint.
You're going peppermint?
We're shifting slowly to the North Pole.
I'm actually going eggnog.
Oh, hell yeah. I can get on that train.
Yeah.
Like pumpkin is still a part of Christmas, but I think as we leave Thanksgiving and enter into December, we're slowly doing more peppermint.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I can't
definitely.
I respect that for you guys. I can't always get on the like peppermint everything vibe.
That's fair.
Like,
I don't think that is fair. I think you have to hear her out.
Hear who out?
Peppermint.
Come on out.
come on out, peppermint. By the way, I'm joined by Chance and Angela. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. And I was saying before we started this that this is the time of year that I'm most in the spirit. Like I am in the holiday zone.
Like fresh from Thanksgiving.
End of November, like first couple weeks of December. By the time Christmas hits, I'm usually a little kind of done. Like I'm kind of like burned out.
Oh God, no! I'm
me.
making sure it's a steady flow.
Yeah.
Oh, you keep a pace.
And I'm a hard December 1st starts. Now we go.
I'm like, as soon as I'm digested all the food from Thanksgiving, it's Christmas time.
Okay. Yeah, growing up it was like Thanksgiving's over, now it's Christmas.
Yeah.
But you're December 1st. So you have a
little
weird
bit.
5-day period where you don't think
Yeah.
about anything.
I respect putting up the tree.
meditates. She's in a
kinda-
sound bath.
I'm
She
quiet.
hibernates.
That's when I sleep.
I sleep. That's the only time of year you
yeah.
sleep. Okay. We got all sorts of holiday stories in here, some from Halloween, probably some from Christmas time. I don't know. All over the place. But let's begin. This first one comes from December 20th, 2019. Am I the asshole for buying my wife a Roomba for Christmas?
That's a great gift.
I actually think that's a pretty good gift. Now,
Is this saying, hey,
It
lady,
depends.
clean up?
Or it's saying, hey, you don't have to do that anymore.
Let's hear
depends
this.
on the context, but a Roomba, I'm thinking for myself, a Roomba, dope.
Great gift.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, give me a Roomba.
But let's see. This happened last year, but since it still gets brought up during arguments every now and then, and I just discovered this subreddit, I decided to check what you guys think. Me and my wife have 2 children, a 15-year-old girl and an 11-year-old boy. My wife has been a stay-at-home mom since the birth of our second child. I, a 46-year-old man, work full-time and earn a 6-figure salary.
Okay.
My job is highly stressful, requires me to travel a lot, and mostly sleep in hotels. I only get to come home to my family on every second weekend on average. Despite working a lot, I am glad to do it so that my family can live a comfortable life. Last year, I decided to buy my wife a Roomba for Christmas. My wife tends to be the one who vacuums the house, so I presumed that she would like this present as it would free her of this chore. As she unpacked the present, she was heavily offended and did not hesitate to show it, which made the whole situation quite uncomfortable as my parents and other members of the family were also present. She argued that this should not be a present directed at her, but at the whole family, as it is the entire family's responsibility to clean up the house. Since I work and am the sole source of income in the family and she is a stay-at-home mother, I think it is apparent that she should take on responsibilities such as taking care of the kids and maintaining the house. The gift was intended to somewhat relieve her of this burden. I, personally, would have loved to have received a Christmas gift that would have somehow made it possible for me to spend less time working. As cheesy as it sounds, I think that time is one of the most precious gifts, and that Roomba would have definitely bought some time for her, time that she could use to do whatever she pleased instead of vacuuming. Unfortunately, 1 year later, this still often gets brought up during arguments, often coupled with her crying. So, am I the asshole in this situation? Edit. I should also add that I would have never gifted my wife a vacuum cleaner or anything along these lines. I saw the Roomba as a robot that would fully take over this task, which is why I thought it was a good idea. Edit number 2, I asked her numerous times before Christmas last year what she would have liked to receive, and she repeatedly told me that she does not want anything. I was left to guess and chose the most practical gift that I was certain she would be able to make use of. Okay.
Shane, you have thoughts?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, what do you think?
Okay.
We're not doing this. No, I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Okay.
No, I swear to God.
This is another one of those stories where I don't like a lot of how it's written.
Yes.
To me, like, I'm just like, unless she had asked for a Roomba, and you're not seeing your wife much at all, it's like, cool, you got her a gift that's solely just like focused on like, oh, well, you're a stay-at-home mother, here's something to help you out with that stuff. I'm like, I don't know, I think it sounds like there's a big separation between the two of them. He starts it off by talking about how like, we argue all the time, and
That's
she brings it up with her crying, and I'm just like, it sounds like you guys need to actually connect on an emotional level and like, be like people to each other, not just roles in your family.
Yeah, I think like the idea of a gift, if she didn't specify or mention wanting that, it doesn't really bring out like a closeness or an intimacy. You know what I mean? Like I feel like especially between like two partners, your gift is something like, oh, I know you didn't think of this, so I thought you would never buy this for yourself, so this.
Right.
But just like something that helps you with day to day that you didn't express wanting, but you were just like, this will help you. Doesn't like bring you closer together. Like a gift is like, hey, I thought of you when I saw this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's a sweet thing, but this isn't.
And they've been married a long time because they have a son or a daughter who's 15, so they've clearly been married a long time. It just sounds like, and I mean, I'm not a couples therapist. I'm not like in any way qualified, and nor have I experienced being married that long or having kids like that. But it just feels like they've lost track of like what's important to each other. But it just, I don't know. This reads as just kind of like, hey man, you need to talk to your wife, is my takeaway.
Or just like, hey man, throw in a bracelet.
Yeah, I kind of, it makes me want to ask more questions for this guy. That's my big takeaway.
Yeah, I think
like,
so
hey,
too.
what else do you guys do? Like, you're never there, so when you are there, do you guys ever like hang out?
Right.
Yeah, like my dad got my mom like a new set of pots for Christmas recently, but it was very much like, well, you cook for me, so.
Okay, but I got you Tupperware.
See, but you knew I needed it.
Right, but it's also a matter of what, like, knowing each other.
Exactly, and spending time together, which I don't think they do.
I don't know if there's such a thing as like a.
And it was a nice Tupperware, by the way. It was
really good Tupperware.
Oh yeah, there's no such thing to me as like a bad gift objectively of like that is a bad gift. It's like anything can be a good gift for
the right
if the person wants that, and that's you're on the same page and you understand them. But that's kind of what a gift is, right? Is like showing someone like, I understand you and I see you.
Yeah.
And she didn't feel seen. It feels like they're not on the same page at all.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm forgiving him for the Roomba. In that she didn't say what she wanted, and not everyone is good at giving gifts. So it's just like, okay,
Sure.
I don't. This is not my love language. I don't do this well, and I know that about myself. And he says that. What I can't forgive him for is that he says time is his love language, and he's not giving that to her. He's actively saying how he doesn't spend time with his family and his wife, even though he treasures it so deeply. How deeply do you treasure it? It sounds like the price of your salary is how much you treasure that time.
Yeah, I don't think he says that time is his love language. He says, I think that time is one of the most precious gifts, and that Roomba would have definitely bought some time for her. Like she wouldn't have to do as much around the house because the Roomba would be doing it.
But he's recognizing that time is
is
the
important,
ultimate gift,
and he's not there,
and he's not giving it to her. Give her that time. Give her a vacation. Say, I got us this cruise that we get to spend quality time together.
Yeah. I see it as like, there's other issues going on here.
Yeah.
I don't like his reaction to it and the way he's explaining it to us.
Yeah.
And then just bringing up like, she brings it up whenever we argue and it's accompanied by her crying. I'm like, is that supposed to make me feel bad for you? Because it doesn't.
It's also
that makes me have a lot of questions.
Definitely. Do you guys have Roombas?
He wants you to ask him about the Roomba's name. His Roomba is named.
I had a Roomba for a bit. I had like a cheaper Roomba, like because Roombas are expensive.
Yeah.
But like I got one on like sale that was really good, and it worked fine for a while. But to be honest, I love vacuuming.
Oh.
Me too. I love vacuuming.
I love vacuuming.
I love mopping too.
I like cleaning.
I just don't do it enough.
Yeah.
He wants you to ask him what his Roomba's name is.
What's your Roomba's name?
Saphira.
Saphira.
Yeah, named after the dragon from Aragon.
Oh, I was gonna say because it's like a circle.
No.
Okay.
Are sapphires circles?
No, I meant like
Sphere.
it's like a circle, so sphere.
Spherica.
Okay. No.
Spherica.
Oh, sapphire.
Sapphire, guys.
Whoa! That was awesome, you guys.
It's like a note.
I think also I agree that a Roomba is not necessarily a bad gift. I think the problem is that since they're in the same household, it can be seen as like, well, this is a gift for kind of all of us, right? Like it's like, oh, this is for our whole house, as opposed to like this is just for you. And it also does feel like he doesn't really talk about his wife as a person in this. He talks about his wife as the stay-at-home mother.
Yeah.
And how this is like her responsibilities. It's like, yeah, but we're talking about Christmas, man. Like, this is supposed to be about you guys giving gifts to each other as human beings. He does say, since I work and am the sole source of income in the family and she is a stay-at-home mother, I think it is apparent that she should take on responsibilities such as taking care of the kids and maintaining the house. It's like, cool, so is that what this gift is like about? Or is this about like giving her something she wants? And he's like, oh, but it's about the time she'll get. I don't know. The verdict is asshole, and I can see that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is how he wrote this, and it indicates how he views his wife.
Yeah. It's transactional.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, if a year after Christmas you're writing a post online talking about why, like, what's the deal with this situation? I'm like, man, you need to do some introspection, and then also talk to your wife.
Yeah.
We got some comments here. You're the asshole. That's a gift for the household and not her. It shows you primarily regard her as a housekeeper and not a partner. What interests does she have that are not about serving you and the family?
Yeah.
Someone said, you're the asshole, OP. Had you realized it offended her and apologized instead of defending it, I feel like it would have been more of a no one's the asshole. Regardless of whether you personally would have enjoyed the gift or not, she didn't like it and told you it offended her. I see how it comes off to her that you think of her as the housekeeper and not your wife. However, you could have redeemed yourself and apologized. You didn't.
Yeah, there was no apology.
Yeah, you didn't, which further implied the original thought of her being just a housekeeper. Someone said, you're the asshole, this is a rookie mistake. Husband thinks, wife will appreciate a machine to make her work easier. Wife thinks, my husband sees me primarily as a housekeeper and not as a romantic partner. If you want to relieve her of this one burden, that's a nice thought, but don't make it a Christmas gift. Make it a contribution to the welfare of the household. That's what your wife meant when she said, this should not be a present directed at her, but at the whole family. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, because it almost feels like a gift that's like, hey, reminder of what all you got to do. You know? Like, it's not like, hey, remember though, you got to clean.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, hey, like and it just kind of, I know he's not there, but it's like I said, it's indications of being like, hey, I've listened to you and I know what you like. I know what you enjoy in life.
You know what it is? It's Merry Christmas, I put a bow on your to-do list.
Yeah. That's actually, you know what, Angela? You cooked.
Thanks.
You cooked.
I thought I did.
You cooked there. Yeah, and look, some people love practical gifts. Like, I do enjoy a practical gift, but like, if that's an aspect of who your wife is, cool, but it doesn't seem like that's the case.
Yeah, some people like gifts that they ask for, and some people like surprises, but this isn't either of those. This is just something that really isn't magical or nice.
It's like it's like you go into like a cool tech magazine, you're just like, this one. Mm-hmm, no.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to our next story. This is a confession. It comes from True Off My Chest. This was posted Christmas Day of 2023. Guy I'm seeing legitimately thinks Santa Claus is real.
How old?
Okay, let's find out.
How old?
How old do you think? Let's guess an age.
23.
23?
I was going to guess 23.
Okay.
Oh, let's make it interesting. 27.
I think he actually believes Santa is a real person in some capacity and thinks he delivers presents to his family personally. I'm probably going to leave tomorrow because it's been awful so far and I just want out. I'll call him Adam. Adam, who is a 25-year-old man, is from a pretty rural area up in the mountains, keeping it vague on purpose, and his family are what I'd consider religious extremists. He told me this before I, a 23-year-old woman, came to see them for Christmas, that they were very religious, as are mine, so I thought it would be similar. I'm not seeing my own family, as I just have my abusive mom left, and we are no contact.
Oh.
Okay. I've only been seeing him a couple months, and his beliefs have only come up minimally, and Santa Claus was not part of that, LOL.
Well, yeah.
I don't even think we've mentioned it at all, despite walking around Walmart with Christmas decorations / holiday stuff on shelves and him saying he wishes there was more Christian decor. Adam and his family call Santa Saint Nick to start off with. He has a large family, and we had a lot of regular Christmas Eve activities all day, including cooking breakfast and dinner with his family, sitting around and playing with the children, going to a church event around lunchtime. When we went to church, his mom would shake her head disapprovingly at some references towards Santa Claus the pastor made, and would whisper to his younger brother and her nephew next to her. I didn't hear what she said. When we made dinner, she told me to fix a plate for Saint Nick, and I laughed and said, "Cookies aren't enough?" And Adam shot me a horrified look. I felt the gaze of his mother, and she gave me this sort of fake smile and said, "No, hun, that's not a filling meal." So I loaded up about as much as I gave Adam and the men in his family and put it on a plate. His mom put tin foil over it and put it in the fridge in the garage. At some point, about 2/3 his family left. The children went to bed after about an hour of it being dark. Adam's mom told them to go settle into bed so Saint Nick can have his dinner and start to deliver presents. This gave me the implication that he would start his night here, rather than just stop by and have cookies and leave. I'm not sure. His mom read a couple passages out of the Bible about family as we sat around their wood-burning stove and we discussed my family situation a bit. Adam's dad then told Adam and I, as well as his little sister, to go to the guest house to sleep. It was about 9 p.m. I changed in the bathroom and said goodnight to them and was about to walk out the door with Adam when his mom snapped her fingers and said, "Hun, you're forgetting the most important part of Christmas?" Adam looked pale for a sec before kind of nervously laughing and stepped back to the door holding my hand. We went out into the garage where he grabbed the plate. I said something like, "She's really serious about Santa getting his food, huh?" Trying to lighten the mood, he squeezed my hand really hard and said, "Yes, I'd say it's serious." We went back in to microwave the meal, and we awkwardly stood there in front of the microwave watching the plate turn around. Oh. I felt his parents' gaze on the back of my head. I said something again, I can't even remember what, kind of lighthearted about Santa having a full stomach if he eats like this at every house.
She's killing it. She's killing it.
She's really doing well.
Adam gripped my hand harder than he did before, and the first sign of affection he had given me in front of his parents all night, and said, "His name is St. Nicholas, and he only eats his dinner here. Don't be disrespectful in our home." It sounds calm, all typed out like that, but the way he said it gave me chills. His parents didn't say anything, and I felt like I was going to cry. I left to walk in the backyard to the guest house, and his sister was waiting in this mostly empty living room area. She said she started the wood-burning stove, and she showed me where to sleep, a twin bed next to her, and said Adam would be in the next room over with his younger brother.
What?
I just laid down.
The brother, he's going over there. She's sleeping next to the sister.
Yeah.
He's sleeping next to
They're super religious.
I just laid down and I heard Adam come in maybe half an hour later and go straight to bed. I've just been laying here unable to get sleep because I'm so anxious, LOL, and I already hear movement in the main house at this point, and I don't know what to think. I thought after everyone had left, mostly small children, the St. Nick talk would end. I think his family, or at least him and everyone younger, legitimately believe this is a real person. His parents are really strict and live relatively off-grid and isolated. I barely have service here, so I'll see if this posts because I can't even text my friends SOS right now. I feel like I'm in a horror movie where they believe Santa is like a distant uncle or something. Does anyone know of any traditions like this? They killed a pig sometime in the last week as well as a couple chickens, and the whole family is coming back tomorrow, and maybe it'll be less weird with more people being here. A few of his cousins gave me a more modern vibe rather than the rest of his nuclear family, but I don't know. I might just head back and stay at my apartment a couple hours away alone. I don't think I can continue seeing him. It's just been so weird.
This... Okay, I have theories. This is some demon shit. This is some ritualistic. They are haunted by something. I don't know what kind of spirit it is pretending to be Santa.
I was gonna say, reading through this story, I'm like, she's like, yeah, haha, oh, they believe it. I'm like, no, I think something's coming.
No, there is definitely this family. I believe
something is tonight.
Definitely coming, and it is going to eat that plate. And you know what? It's probably going to eat the pig too that they slaughtered that week. Maybe they said pigs and chickens. That's some ritual shit.
It's like a Christmas Get Out.
Yes.
Without all the other stuff.
Yeah.
No, this is like there's a few movies I'm thinking of, but it's like no
Krampus.
It's like the ritual. It's like yeah, a demon is gonna show up. It's like we have to feed it. Everybody be cool.
But what, guys? The demon also brings gifts?
Just go to your room.
Just go to your room.
And none of that. Yeah.
His
Leave
name
the plate
is
out.
Saint Nick.
His name is Saint Nick.
Plate out.
And you need to give him a
As
full
long as
meal.
the wood keeps burning the entire night, you'll be fine.
I think this is my new favorite Reddit story.
Yeah, I'm obsessed.
need to know the end.
I am terrified, by the way. Comments, sounds like you stumbled onto a Santa worshipping cult. Very strange, bizarre. Someone said, reading this at 7 a.m., waiting for my kids to wake up on Christmas morning, and I don't mean to make light of a very awkward situation, but I am laughing so hard. Someone said, if this is real, I think you should get out now. I honestly probably would have just left in the middle of the night. Hell, I'd walk if I had to.
No, see, that's how you get killed.
If you had
that
tried to
right
leave.
there is how you get killed. You sleep the night, and they have done this a million times. You stay the
And
night,
you're the
you
pig.
leave, then you're the pig. If you leave,
You're the
the pig.
Yeah.
You must go.
No,
You must go
You
the
know how
next
this,
day.
You know how this. You know how
They've
this.
got this mastered down since he was a child. They've got the ritual down.
You know.
Stay
you know,
there for the
don't
ritual.
With the ritual, just
Do
stay
not
there
fuck
for
with
the
ritual.
pig.
You know how this works in a horror movie? She gets up in the middle of the night, gets in her car, drives all the way to her apartment, hours, gets home, gets to her apartment, goes, oh my God, I just need to grab like a drink or something. She opens up her fridge, and the tinfoil dinner that they prepared is in her fridge.
And the family's dead the next day.
And the family's dead.
And you're the pig.
And it is Christmas morning. And you got a Roomba.
This is some wild shit, guys. This is some
wild.
This is some. This isn't Santa.
I was on edge. I was like,
This
I had
is not
goosebumps.
Santa.
This is not Santa.
The Damien on my shoulder is like, it's probably fake, but I'm enjoying.
Well, I'll go, no,
Yeah.
something's not right.
This is also the thing. There are families with some weird traditions out there. And there's also cults.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
do exist.
Yes.
Families with weird traditions and cults, small, thin line.
Thin
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
Update.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho.
It is Santa!
I swear to God, if they wake up and there's I don't know, Hot Wheels and Barbies, and they just move on and they open gifts.
No.
Just normal Christmas?
No.
Oh, that's the worst. That's worst case scenario.
I'd lose my
Worst
mind.
case scenario.
I'd lose my mind.
I'd lose my mind. I need to see a demon now.
Yeah.
I want to be like, is there blood on the gifts?
The update. I'm still alive, not dead. Holidays ended horribly and my relationship is over.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Probably for the best now that I've had time away from him, talked to my friends, read comments, etc. I essentially ruined Christmas. Saint Nick literally left the food untouched because there was a non-believer in the house, and Adam's mom made a point of it being because I was there, and I was essentially barred from seeing him and called a degenerate in front of his whole family.
Detention degenerate.
Detention degenerate. I think this is it. I can't imagine typing out another few paragraphs of the worst Christmas I've ever had, completely alone with crazy religious nuts, and in my feels only for it to be called a horror movie in the making. Like, yeah, I know. My life right now just sucks. I wish there was more to say or it was more dramatic for everyone wanting that, but I just don't have it in me. I wish I had a real family and relationships that don't suck. I wish I had answers for you of why his family is so crazy around the holidays and aren't normal people that let their son date girls outside their borderline Amish lifestyle. I don't know. The end.
No!
No! We need to know!
There was no, she didn't say anything about the...
Because she woke up and the mom said he didn't eat the meal. Saint Nick didn't come because.
So who ate the meal last year?
Well, no.
ate the meal last year?
No, the mom is saying like Saint Nick didn't eat it
Didn't come
because
because
you're
she-
a
No, but
non-believer.
who eats the meal?
Probably the mom.
Who eats it?
probably the mom.
Someone's eating the meal, Shane.
I think this is a Friday the 13th situation. The mom is really the killer. Did I spoil Friday the 13th to you?
I've never seen it.
Sorry. Halloween's already passed.
Why is it always the woman? Okay.
That's only the OG. Then Jason Voorhees comes back and starts killing people.
Okay, I need
much
people
more
to talk.
information.
We need to know.
She needs to just drop their names so we
This
can
just
look them
sounds
up.
okay.
We'll invite 'em.
This to me rides on super controlling, religious, ridiculous family who found an opportunity to control him, their son, and make him break up with, like, just to shame and like be awful.
But to not have the ability to think critically like that, I guess.
Well,
a lot of people
I mean,
A lot of
depends on
people like that.
There's a lot. Your circumstances, sometimes you don't have control over that, and your mindset is so limited, and you didn't choose that. It just happened because of the way you were raised.
Yeah.
Sorry,
This is extreme.
got real. What the hell?
I love that they have their own religion. They made their own religion.
I was gonna say, like,
No,
them talking about the Bible and stuff. I was like, this isn't biblical.
No.
And if anything, the Christians are like, do not worship anything that isn't Jesus.
Yeah, no, Santa Claus is very much like would Santa Claus not be sacrilegious in a weird way? Like,
I mean,
like,
a lot of Christians are like,
Yeah.
don't
a lot
do
of Christians
Santa
are like,
stuff.
because it is all based in American, or just based in capitalism.
Consumerism,
It's
yeah.
consumerism.
And
like
I'm
that's all
sorry.
it is.
What's Christian Christmas decorations? Like, is that just crosses?
Well, a nativity scene is probably the religious.
Okay.
Camels,
Yeah,
wise men.
It's like Jesus. It's
frankincense.
Jesus focused. It was always funny. Like as a kid, like we were a very like Santa Claus, like whoa, like holly jolly Christmas house.
You were jolly
But you'd go to
forward.
some friends' houses and it's like, oh, this is religious Christmas house.
We had a mix of both. We'd have like Rudolph sitting next to like a nativity scene.
We're like TJ Maxx Christmas.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Well, damn. Not much to say.
I need more information.
when I was a kid, for some class, it was either like Sunday school or in something, we made our own nativity scenes.
Yeah.
And my mom still has mine to this day. It's the most cursed thing I've ever seen.
Oh, we
I have
to
to
see
bring
a
it
picture
in. It's
of
like
it.
Jesus is an egg.
What do you mean Jesus is an egg?
I like rolled up a piece of clay and he's an egg.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jesus
the wise
is
men.
an egg.
And the, Jesus
is an egg.
And the
Jesus
wise
is an egg and God's a bird.
But I'm gonna bring it in because it's weird looking. It looks like a Matisse.
A what?
Well, that sounds
Matisse.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds professional.
Anyway, I'm trying.
Did you guys ever get coal?
Did you?
No, but my little brother did.
Really?
Yeah.
Devastating.
Wait, and he got 0 gifts?
He got a couple gifts, but like I got way more, and he had to pull up coal out of his.
Oh, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of parents
Up bad.
fully committing
It was
to
a bad
it.
year
What
for
did
him.
he fucking do?
He was just bad at school. He was getting bad grades. It was like a lot of things.
Oh,
Yeah.
did he fire up the grill?
No, that was my stepdad's job. He's not allowed to touch the grill.
Oh, I've never heard of anyone actually getting coal.
Yeah.
Damn.
Especially mixed with other presents feels
Yeah,
really
you get
hard.
like some stuff. That kind of makes it
feels
worse.
really rough. Thinking about it now, my brother.
I got my ex's coal for Christmas. We had broken up, and we still got Christmas presents.
You got him coal?
I got him straight up coal.
And that's it?
Yeah, I got him like I had written like a nice, really nice note. But yeah, I got him coal. I just remembered. I don't think I've ever told anyone.
Crazy.
So f***ed up.
Crazy.
Also, last year I got my ex a Christmas present, but we had already broken up by that time too.
I remember this.
And then we like came over to talk, and I like had the Christmas present there, and I was gonna give it to him. And after we talked, I was like, "Well, I'm gonna go on a walk. Do you want to come with me?" He's like, "Yeah." We walked to Whole Foods, and I returned his gift. He has no idea. He walked with me to return his own gift. I've never told anyone that either.
I've never told anybody that either.
That's so, I think I might have told you that. Did I tell you that? I
He told me you returned the gift.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I don't know which one's more diabolical.
But
You just gave 3?
Yeah, my little brother got cold.
Well, because
I love that it's a Christmas
because
tree.
I think my mom taught me that skill. It's like I got that power from my mom. I was like, oh, you can actually get people coal for Christmas. Like if they're like bad, if they're bad to you, get them coal.
It's a way to raise kids and make sure they have good report
I
cards.
just
You
love
can't
that-
do it to an adult.
And yet I did, and it felt great.
I love that you were
it felt
like
amazing.
I
I was like, I'm freed. I am free.
I love that you were like, one Christmas I got my ex coal. Oh, but let me one up that. real quick.
And last Christmas, I made him come return it.
But he has
oh my
no
God.
idea that he. That's
What are you gonna do this Christmas?
God, they're so
hopefully.
gonna clip that, and he's so gonna see that
Oh,
clip.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, let's move on to our next story. Okay. Oh. Our next story is a Halloween story.
Yay.
And this is but this is also very like fall festive story here. All right. Am I the asshole? October 29th of 2020.
Okay.
Would I be the asshole if I put a birthday hat on my neighbor's pumpkin? Okay.
Well, it is
Because it's been out for a year.
I share a porch. I share a porch with one neighbor who is notorious for not cleaning up after herself or her kids. For example, one time there was a broken longboard sitting right in front of their door that they would step over every day to get into their unit. For 7 months, they just ignored it. Until one day I asked the oldest kid, who's 15, a 15-year-old boy, to please clean it up. He's a good kid and instantly threw it away. I told him thank you, and that was that. Now, I know I could have cleaned it up myself, but I don't want to assume that they didn't want it. I don't know, maybe it had sentimental value? Plus, I constantly clean up the shared porch, throwing away trash, picking up cigarette butts, sweeping, clearing cobwebs. I have known her to sweep the porch all of one time in the 6 years she has lived there. Last year, October 2019, I bought several small sugar pumpkins and placed them on my porch next to my jack-o'-lanterns. After Halloween, I threw all of them away in an unused wooded area next to my apartment complex so they could decompose. The next day, I found one of these sugar pumpkins back on the porch outside of her door. I know that it was one I had bought because of the particular markings on it. Okay, weird, but whatever. I'm glad someone is enjoying it. I figured she would throw it away after Thanksgiving, then after Christmas, then after New Year's. Well, it's now been a year and the pumpkin is still there. It is nasty. It looks like it has practically melted into the porch. Oh. She has put Halloween decorations all around it and still hasn't cleaned it up. I think it's gross, but left it there on principle because I'm tired of cleaning up after a grown woman. We work opposite shifts now, so I never see her. I also don't have her phone number because she is constantly changing it. I was thinking of leaving her a note asking her to please clean it up, but I'm worried it will somehow come across as rude. So I think I might have a little fun with it. I'm considering putting one of those little pointy birthday hats on it and a sign saying, "Happy First Birthday" over it. Personally, I think it would be hilarious and get the point across, but my husband thinks we should just suck it up and clean it up. Again, I don't want to do so out of principle. So Reddit, would I be the asshole if I celebrated the pumpkin's first birthday? Okay, we have a photo of, I guess, the pumpkin.
Yes.
Oh my God, I bet it's disgusting.
It's basically gone.
That is disgusting. That is so gross.
Oh, that ruined the yard.
Stained the concrete, probably.
I hate to say it, like, I would be someone who would end up cleaning up because I'm like, well, that's a health hazard for all of us. I'm like, that's what's coming out of that now.
And why is it not, hey, the pumpkin's rotting and it smells a little weird. Can you clean that up?
Yeah, I
Also-
mean, that's what, it's like, hopefully they would listen and do that.
What's worse than a pumpkin rotting in front of your door is a pumpkin rotting in front of your door holding a sign with a hat on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you put that, that's not going away either.
No.
Like that's gonna be there for a long time.
I can't believe they had a broken longboard right in front of their door and they would just step over it for 7 months.
That feels like a curse.
It does feel like a curse.
It also just feels like, really? Like, it took 1 second when he pointed it out to the kid. The kid was like, oh yeah, I'll just throw it away. It's like, nowhere along the line for 7 months. That was an inconvenience.
And I'm like a literal true Libra, where it needs to, if I clean it up, it's not fair. Like I get it. It's not fair. But you have to keep, but I'm like, you have to take matters into your own hands. You have no personal relationship to this person besides just living next to them. You can't tell them that they need to be better. You can't, you know what I mean? Like it's not.
I'm straight up, I'm the type of person that I'm gonna like text them, hey, do you mind if I throw this away for you? Or like, I will go ahead and do it. And I'll be like,
then you'll
hey,
always be doing that.
Yeah.
That's the point. Yeah.
Because realistically, it should be like, hey, you need to do that. But some people just friggin' don't, man.
And especially if those messes just disappear to those types of people, they never really learn the lesson.
Yeah, but I tell them, I'm like, hey, I cleaned up your longboard, or like, I cleaned out the fridge, or like I did the dishes, or whatever. Like, I'm just gonna do it and tell you, hey, I did this.
But you're gonna hope that you saying that will somehow make that
I
change.
hope, and it never does.
And it doesn't, because clearly they're not bothered by mess.
No.
Like, that's the problem, right? It's like, it's one thing if someone is also bothered by mess, but then they're like, but you need to clean it up.
Yeah.
It's like, but they clearly, I don't know what's going on, where something could be so disgusting right in their area, and they're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just like, are you not bothered by this? Like, so OP got rid of these pumpkins, and his neighbor got one of those pumpkins, put it on their porch, and then let it rot there forever.
So that's his pumpkin?
You know what? It is technically his. Well, yes. I mean, obviously he threw it out, and then they grabbed it. So,
but that's his pumpkin.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, it's not even really a pumpkin anymore.
No.
It's a mess of mold and disgusting.
It makes me weirded out that they went into the trash and repurposed something.
I think it was in the woods.
Anything.
It was in the woods, which is still.
I know, but they don't clean. It feels like just not a.
Also, you went into the woods to get I don't know.
They went and got it after Halloween.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm still in the other story, but I do feel like this is also a curse. And that's not good. And they're doing something funky in that apartment.
I like that.
I think, unfortunately, I would not want to see the inside of their house.
Oh, hell no.
Like, the verdict is not the asshole. I mean, he's not the asshole for. He could put a hat and a sign.
I don't think it's going to do much.
He could go way further, and I'd be like, you're not the asshole. You could leave a sign on their door.
Yeah.
You could knock and confront them and be like, this front porch is disgusting. I understand we share this porch, and like technically this is your home, sort of, like, but come on, this is a shared space. This is a health hazard for all of us. Comments, not the asshole, and you can always claim ignorance if she tries to start crap. I'm assuming you live in town, so while you would be the most obvious/likely culprit, the hat could have been placed there by any neighbor, mail carrier, delivery driver, etc., because I'm sure you're not the only one who has taken notice. Someone said, not the asshole. I'm willing to bet she wouldn't even notice if you put a hat on it. Give it a day or two with the hat for a good chuckle. Someone said, you would be the asshole. I realize you're frustrated, but you're substituting passive-aggressive bullshit for just having it out with your gross neighbor. Why are you cleaning their half of the porch anyway? Put a mental line between their half and your half and be done with it. You're going to create problems for yourself if you do the birthday hat routine anyway. So why not just do the adult thing and talk to the person directly? Either way, it will be a shit show. So just get it over with instead of being childish. I don't know. I agree with, like, go talk to them, like, but I also think I agree with the other comment. I don't think they're going to even notice.
Yeah,
I think
That's what I'm saying. It's like that
he could start dumping his trash on their porch, and I think they'd be like, oh, I didn't notice.
Yeah, literally. I think if they put a whole birthday, I don't know, bunch of birthday stuff.
Update. He put the birthday stuff on it, and now with different angles, you can really see how gross that pumpkin is.
Oh, it's catty as though. That's pretty catty.
That is wait, can I see it again?
The pumpkin's disgusting, though.
Is that just green goop?
You know what this is?
No,
This
Shane.
This is me after a shoot block when it's someone's birthday.
This is wrong. That is not right.
Happy birthday!
That's Resident Evil.
That is Resident Evil.
It is Resident
That's
Evil.
Resident Evil right there.
Looks like Goosebumps slime.
But also just, I don't know, the happy birthday thing is...
It's now seeing it in person, I'm like,
it's pretty.
He has a balloon. He didn't say he was gonna have a balloon.
The balloon
And that changed things for you?
A balloon and then a sign and all this stuff. It's also really funny.
It's funny, but it's also just like, Jesus, dude. I don't know.
I like it.
It's funny. It's smart. It's like witty.
Yeah, it's good. It's whatever.
Is there another update?
No.
What?
That was it.
They probably didn't even notice.
They just did it. They're probably not going to notice.
And
they had a
probably didn't even-
longboard in front of their door that they stepped over for 7 months.
They probably didn't even
They're
remember
not
that it
gonna
was
notice.
their pumpkin. That
They,
it wasn't.
they probably have no idea.
Literally, they're probably like, who put a birthday hat on the pumpkin outside? Yeah.
Our next story comes from Relationship Advice. This was posted January 11th, 2025. So earlier this year.
We could put a birthday hat on it. That's good.
That was awesome.
This is a 26-year-old woman. She writes, my boyfriend, who's 30, got me Pokemon for Christmas, and I can't let it go. Do I call it quits or work it out?
Pokemon what?
She just said Pokemon.
Real Pokemon?
He bought her Pokemon.
He got her Pokemon. We'll see what he got her exactly. For context, my boyfriend and I have been together for 3 years. Since I've known him, he has always loved Pokemon. Personally, I have no interest, but as his partner, I encourage his hobbies and support him. This past Christmas, we had a few brief conversations about Christmas budgets and have mentioned to each other things we have been wanting. I knew Pokemon packs were on the top of his list, so I made sure to get him some. I mentioned wanting a few beauty products and a specific hoodie. Well, Christmas comes around and I open my gifts. To my surprise, the first one was a pack of Pokemon cards.
What?
Okay, whatever. The next one was a booster box of Pokemon cards. I stop and ask him if he's joking, because this must be a joke, right? Well, he smirks and tells me to keep going. I open my next gift. It was another booster box of Pokemon cards. He was full of excitement while I opened my gifts. That's it. Those were my 3 gifts.
What?
I am not and never have been interested in Pokemon. After this, I told him I needed a moment to myself. I went to our bedroom and took a moment to gather my thoughts and lower my temper. When I came back to the living room, there he was on the floor. Both booster packs and the pack of cards he got me were opened and sprawled across the floor. I was in shock. Not only did he get me gifts that I didn't want, but he actually got them for himself and tried to play it off. I have been trying to move past this as I did not want to seem ungrateful, but I just can't believe he would do something like this. Every time I've tried to bring it up, he has told me how expensive those booster boxes were and how I made him feel bad for not appreciating my gifts. Am I being ungrateful or is he just a jerk?
Oh, give it up!
What is this?
That's unreal. What is this?
What is this?
Yeah,
Are you gay?
so he didn't get her gifts. He got himself something and just said it like.
So what is this, huh?
So what's going on here?
Are we breaking up or what?
So, all right.
Oof, this is rough. This is rough. I just feel like somehow a lot of people miss the meaning of giving gifts and what that is, and it's an expression of love.
He sounds like a baby.
Yeah, he sounds like a child.
Yeah. But they've been together for 3 years.
And he's been alive for 4, so what's the...
But it's like, you'd think she'd be like, oh, there's stuff in the past that he's done that's similar to this. But it's like, no, this is...
Do you believe in the 3-year itch?
The 3-year itch.
What is that?
I actually don't know if that's the exact title.
I thought it was 3 month.
I've heard the 3-year itch.
What's the
Maybe
3-year
it's the
itch?
7-year, or just like it's when shit gets real.
Oh, see, I've always viewed that as 6 months.
Really? 6 months?
6 months is where it's like, oh, like this relationship is going great. And my thought is always like, don't make any big commitments
I agree
within
with
6
that.
months. But then I would say like, I do think like once you get like, I don't know, it varies per person.
Yeah,
but
it always varies. It
3
always
years
varies.
is, I feel like, a mark where it's like, once you get past that, it's like, okay, if you move past that and you're doing good.
3 Christmases together to me
Yeah.
is enough to start to see yourself like just natural. Like I feel like people get very comfortable and sometimes effort is lost.
True. It's true.
No, but I think like with 3 years, it like in my past relationship that it ended shortly after 3 years, and it was like, oh, we had just stopped like putting in effort.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is a gift that's like there's no effort there. It's just like what?
Yeah, he was completely thinking about himself, completely self-centered.
Like, he deserves jail time. Like, I'm barely kidding. Like,
No,
that is...
where it's, this is the thing. This is one of those stories where it's like, this can't be real. It's like, this stuff does really happen. There are people who are like this, but when they do stuff this unbelievable, you're like, what? Like, you don't even know how to react. She's sitting here like weeks after going, like he's moved past this.
Yeah.
He's acting like this was fine. I wouldn't be able to move past that.
No.
You'd expect it's like you're playing a prank on me. There's a lot of layers to this. It's like there could be the argument of like, oh, he wants her to get into his interests. Like, cool, like that's not a Christmas gift. And she's not into it. You've dated her for 3 years. She's not into Pokemon. He opened her gifts, which means they were gifts to himself. Yeah. That's my big takeaway. Comments. So you're telling me he's known and dated you for at least 3 years and has never paid attention long enough to get you gifts you may actually like, and you're questioning if you want to do this for the rest of your life or not? Someone said, nah, this is crazy. Even if you wanted this, he then opened your gift.
Yeah.
That part is unforgivable too. Lastly, someone said, that's literally insane, and the best possible explanation is that he's wildly emotionally unintelligent. So if that's what you like, I guess stay with him. ETA, I just registered that this is a 30-year-old man. Sis, why? Yeah, that's not gonna change.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just unfortunate for everyone involved.
It's like unbelievable to me.
It's truly unbelievable.
Like, I understand sometimes being like, oh, I got us a trip, and then I get to benefit off of this too.
Sure.
But this is just him. She has expressed no interest in this. It's like,
I would rather get a Roomba.
I would rather get a Roomba. I'd rather get, like, I don't know, a teeth whitening coupon.
Absolutely.
Like a slap
totally.
in the face. Not like I'm making this about me and my interests.
Yeah,
No, teeth whitening coupon would be very hurtful.
I'm like, oh,
probably pretty hurtful.
And I brought it up because my mom did kind of give that to me.
I've gotten that too.
Yeah. And you know what? That's fine.
You know what? That's fine.
Yeah, it's actually good.
Moms do that. Moms are like, I got you these socks because I hate your socks. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a thing. We see that your socks coordinate with the sweater.
It's pretty cool. Our next story is an Am I the Asshole from November 26, 2024. So we've got a Thanksgiving one.
From last year. Oh,
Last year.
from last.
From next year.
Stop
2026.
It's Christmas.
It's Thanksgiving. Am I the asshole for sitting on my husband's lap during Thanksgiving dinner because all chairs at the table were taken? What a power play.
That is so funny.
Well, there are no more chairs.
Where am I supposed to? Where's a girl supposed to sit?
I guess I'll just.
I, a 28-year-old woman, have been with my husband, Sean, who's 33, for 2 years, married for 5 months. Most of his family are decent people, but his mom can be a little bit of a passive-aggressive and tends to criticize me a lot. I feel like some edits were made in that writing. I feel like she wrote something down. She's like, just be a little passive-aggressive.
Chill, be chill.
Delete that.
Sean sees it as her still not getting used to me being around, but I don't know because she treats his ex, Jalissa, well. Mother-in-law says that Jalissa has been around the family for ages and her past with Sean never affected her relationship with her. Fine. I never minded her attending every holiday and being around until yesterday. We had Thanksgiving dinner at my mother-in-law's house. Sean went there before me, and when I arrived, it was already dinner time. Everyone was seated, and I saw that all the chairs were taken. I asked mother-in-law why she didn't save me a seat, and she said, sorry, and that one of her granddaughters decided to show up at the last minute and the chair was taken. I looked at her, then at Jalissa, who was sitting next to Sean, and tried to point out how I was more deserving of her chair since I'm the daughter-in-law. I know I shouldn't have said it. I know. Mother-in-law flat out said that Jalissa is as much family as me, and that it was rude to imply otherwise. Jalissa was nodding confidently while glancing at me. I was so upset I wanted to leave, but decided to just sit on my husband's lap and act as casual as possible. I sat on his lap asking if he was okay with it. Don't worry, I'm petite, he's strong-built, and started eating so casually while smiling and complimenting the food and mentioning to Sean how warm and comfortable his lap was.
Yes!
The table went awkwardly silent. Brother-in-law would try to break the silence and change the subject, but it somehow goes back to being awkward. Mother-in-law and Jalissa were barely eating and were staring at each other, then at me, eyes wide open. Minutes later, Jalissa excused herself to the bathroom and so did mother-in-law. It was still awkward, but I did my best to focus on dinner. Sean was eating as well. Later, there was just so much tension and mother-in-law was barely able to speak after Jalissa left. She left early, like right after dinner. Sean and I went home and mother-in-law tried calling, but then called Sean and texted me saying that what I did was inappropriate and that I ruined Thanksgiving dinner and made it awkward. She said it wasn't her fault. Chairs were taken and I could have dragged a chair from the kitchen, but acted childishly and made Jalissa and family uncomfortable with how inappropriate I was. Edit, I need to mention that even if I took a chair from the kitchen, there was not enough space at the dinner table to fit the chair. Everyone was sitting next to each other. Wow.
God, I'd kill to be there.
I would kill
Yeah.
to be there.
Just sitting on there being like, your lap is so warm. Sorry, I feel like I'm seated so high because your bulge is so huge.
Well, look at that, a natural booster.
Whoa! Also, the husband is not. Okay, all right. Okay.
Settle down now, settle down.
Kids.
Slow down, I'm not forklift certified.
Now,
I don't have the DMV license classification for this. Well, I guess
I don't
there's
have
a
a Class
chair.
D license.
stick shift.
Well, I guess if there's no chair for me, I'll sit on my boyfriend's bulge.
Oh, my son's new girlfriend, Betty Boop, is here.
Okay, so let's talk about Sean for a minute.
Okay.
So Jalissa's Sean's ex.
Yeah, who like, he's like, the family's allowing his ex to come to Thanksgiving dinner. He's tolerating that. Like,
That's number one for
it's
me.
like, dude, who's allowing this?
Right.
Why is this happening?
She's a part of the family. Okay.
Yeah.
Does she have another family that no? Okay, well, it feels inappropriate.
It's like,
But she's my ex. Like, she's not, I guess you brought her into the family. But then it's also not sticking up for the wife in a way. It's like, where's my wife's seat? She needs a seat.
yeah.
Where's,
I know,
it's his mother. It's his mother's house.
Yeah,
So-
they're married. Like,
They're married.
They're married, so it's like, hey, you're the ex, and you are the ex.
Now, what I will
like,
say
they're
is-
married.
He's like, okay, maybe he knows there's no fighting with her. I like that he's like, yeah, sit in my lap, babe. And then I like that they're both eating and there's no
Yeah. But
there's
here's
no
my-
conflict with why
that.
it feels like they're on a team.
Can I,
But-
the thing that's coming to mind.
Yes.
And I needed to do a visual. Could you sit on my lap?
Yeah.
I don't know how, and this is great, right? How is he eating?
Yeah.
Right? So you eat.
So she did say,
So is it like a?
I
gotta be like
imagine,
this.
I
It's gotta be
imagine
like
you're
this.
seated across. I think it's a little bit more of she's kind of seated on one leg. And like,
And her other leg's on his bulge.
well,
Like that?
she's
Like
saying,
that.
I'm
But
seeing it.
how do you?
This is so dramatic to be like.
It is dramatic, but she's saying it's the only option. She's also saying she's petite and he's like a strong-built, like bigger guy. So maybe like she really just comfortably sits on one of his legs, and like
What is she?
I don't know. It is
Yeah,
awkward.
what?
I'm telling you what.
It is awkward.
You're sure you're petite, but like what the?
Yeah.
Are you a Polly Pocket?
I'm petite. I'm 2 feet tall.
She's just like. Ding, ding.
Hey, look, another opportunity. I make a borrower joke like every other
Jeez,
episode.
It's every fucking day.
It's always there. This is just like, it's like, man, why is this situation happening? And this is not, like, I want to call this story fake, but this is not the first time. This is one of numerous times I've heard, and from people in real life, of like exes being part of the family.
Yeah.
I'm like, how does this happen?
Yeah.
But it happens a lot.
I mean, it does. It really does.
It makes more sense. It makes sense to me in my experience when there's kids involved because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, well,
Yes.
you're not going to separate the parents from the kids.
Yeah,
for
I get
Thanksgiving.
that. I get that.
But there's no kids involved.
no kids. This is an ex-girlfriend, as far as we know, and now he's married. It's like at some point you got to be like, hey, like, I'm sorry, you guys broke up. Like,
Yeah.
It's a control thing too. It's like our families need to like be boundaries and not controlling each other's lives when it comes into like dating is such a thing we see all the time on Reddit.
it's pretty awful. But there are so many stories of like families who are like, no, we're gonna make you marry this person.
Was she late?
I will say
Why
it's
is it
an
going-
interesting thing that they started, that she was late to think that they didn't go together.
Yes.
She and her husband didn't go to Thanksgiving, but we don't know the situation.
Okay, like you never know.
It could be, but she showed up and they had already started dinner. So already I feel like the family's just not respecting her. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna start without
Yeah.
you.
I wouldn't even sit unless all parties are there.
Yeah.
This is one of those things, man, where it's like, hey, like, my wife is part of the family now.
Yes.
If you're not respecting her, you disrespecting her is disrespecting me. And if you're gonna disrespect us on that level, like, I will not come to Thanksgiving. Like, man,
can
you
see-
tolerate it. You're saying like, oh, you're kind of giving it the okay. Like,
Yeah.
I can see a reality where there was a set time. I'm not hearing any of that from this story, but I can see, but I'm also not hearing, like I'm not hearing it. So it might have been omitted,
yeah.
just on person telling's point of view.
I think OP gives a little bit more details in the comments. So let's see. The verdict, not the asshole.
No, definitely.
comments, not the asshole, but the whole ordeal could have been avoided had your husband done what he should have done and given you his seat while he went to fetch another one. In fact, he should have already had an empty seat beside him waiting for you. I can't imagine putting my wife in such an awkward situation. 72,000 upvotes. Yeah, that sums it up so well. So that comment had 72,000 upvotes, and the story itself had 10,000 upvotes.
It's like when Chance writes something really funny on my Instagram posts. He gets a lot of likes on his comment.
Yeah. Someone commented under that saying, why is the husband okay with his ex being treated better? Someone said, not the asshole, I feel like I missed something. Does he have children with his ex who she brought to Thanksgiving dinner? Minus that, I have no clue what she was there for. OP says no. They were friends and both families were close. Then they started dating, then broke up, but still maintained a decent relationship. However, mother-in-law is somehow acting like they're still together, but she denied all that, saying that she just treats her as a daughter and also told me I have zero say in how she treats others, which is fine by me, really, but when I'm being treated as less than, I find issues with her treatment. On another note, my husband says he can't figure out this problem between me and his mom. He thinks that we're both wrong.
No, what?
Both of you ladies are wrong.
You're both crazy. So emotional.
Someone said under that, sounds like your husband is a selfish guy. He didn't find it odd that you had to sit on his lap at Thanksgiving. He didn't find it odd that his ex was sitting happily and his wife wasn't. He doesn't seem to respect you much, to be honest. Lastly, someone said, not the asshole. Mother-in-law suggests after the fact that OP could have dragged a chair from the kitchen. It was mother-in-law's job as host to do that herself. Failure to do so was an obvious attempt to make OP ill at ease. OP responded delightfully. It was mother-in-law's fault that it turned out the way it did.
Oh my God, you know what this is giving? Boy Mom's episode of Bit City.
Yeah.
Like, exactly.
This is Amanda's Karen.
Yeah.
No, like straight up.
Yeah.
That's like crazy.
I also don't know. Maybe I'm a people pleaser, but like if I invite someone over and there's not a chair for them, like I'm not standing for it. Like I don't want to make that person feel that uncomfortable. Like I don't even want them to sit on my lap. I'm like, let's leave.
Yeah, I've just simply never been around people like that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, cause like if I don't like someone, if I'm with people and I'm like, we don't like this person, we're not inviting them.
Yeah.
Cause like I'm not gonna invite someone to a dinner and then on purpose make it awkward for them. I'm like, I don't want to sit there with that. Like, that sucks.
I'm so, like, problem solver oriented in those situations where I'll be like, oh, you can have my chair and I'll find, like, something, like, I will, it doesn't matter who it is. If I'm sensing it's that awkward, I'm like, oh, I really don't need this that bad. If it will be less awkward now.
Right.
Definitely, 100%.
You could also, there's another power move. Instead of sitting on his lap, it's just standing. I'll stand.
Yeah.
The whole dinner, and she's like how awkward.
Pass the cranberries.
Yeah, like literally.
Ugh.
Like circling the table.
Yeah, it's just like walking around like it's a cocktail hour.
Oh my God.
I kind of love that.
Walking around like
leg.
And she's like,
walking around like it's the beginning of Traders.
yes. And she's like, so what's this picture?
Joining different conversations of different.
It's just like grabbing people's wine, just be like, that's good.
That's nice. Is this what is this? Oh, nice.
Our last story, it is a Today I F***ed Up. This is another October one, October 27th, 2024.
Okay.
Today I f***ed up passing gas on the dance floor.
Okay.
Not really Halloween.
It happens.
Well, Halloween has a lot of dancing.
A lot of dancing.
I think parties.
Okay, so what? You farted during the Monster Mash.
I feel like
so what? So what?
that was.
I think we've all farted during the Monster Mash.
That's part of the actual Monster Mash, right? I'm a female in my mid-30s. Last night, I went out for a Halloween dance party. I worked really hard on my costume. I was the perfect combination of warm and slutty, and I was excited to strut my stuff.
Warm.
And slutty.
Probably
warm.
wherever they're
Warm,
at.
yeah.
They're probably like in a colder climate.
Oh, got it.
Warm.
Got it.
So like,
Oh, you meant like hot, like.
I was just like, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. The way that this bar is set up is that there is a main level upstairs, and then you can walk downstairs to go to the dance area. It's a pretty small place, so it gets crowded. I had taken some mushrooms earlier in the evening, and I was feeling good. At some point in the night, I had to cut the cheese. I thought it would be a small one. I thought I could just crop dust it, but it was the most silent, deadly, toxic, foul stink bomb of my life.
I'm so sorry. Can we hold? What's crop dust?
Crop dusting is when you kind of like move move through a space, so you like kind of like you're gonna fart, but you're gonna keep on the move, so that
So you
you're not
can be
standing.
associated with it?
When the smell happens, it's like, oh well, I'm past there.
What's
Do you know what actual crop dusting is?
No.
It's like when a plane flies over and drops like pesticides or shit.
And then
or,
keeps
like,
going.
And it keeps going.
Yeah, so it drops stuff onto a field, so you're crop dusting.
Angela learning what crop dusting
You
is.
never
amazing.
crop dusting before?
You've
Oh,
crop
yeah.
dusted.
Oh, everyone's
You've
crop dusted.
This mother the other day on a live stream goes, she's obsessed with Olaf. I'm so sick of it. I was like, that's more damaging than Tomater.
He's accusing you of liking Olaf, and I'm making fun of you for liking
He's
Tomater.
like, God, she's obsessed with that guy.
She has the plushies and everything.
Shut the f*** have I down!
You're kind of the Olaf of Smosh. Thanks, dude. Oh, God, sorry. That was a 3-hit combo.
Do you mind if I sit on Bailey's lap? I don't feel comfortable.
Just don't crop dust on your way over there. She's...
This place is a war zone!
Sorry.
Just drive a truck through this, please.
All right. I will say, man, like it's one of the best parts of Disneyland, right? Is like you're walking around all day, you're eating gross foods, and it's like, hey, if you got to fart, like you wait till you're in the
Shane.
zone, you're in the crowd, and it's just like, it's like.
That's
one of the best parts of Disneyland.
It kind of is.
Like so much food, so many good chums.
It is magical.
That's the best part of Disneyland.
You're walking past the line for Star Tours, and it's like, sorry guys, like
Have you been to a mall?
I'm giving you guys a little bit of a tour myself.
He goes, oh, I want to get a season pass there so I can fart. Like, what are you talking about? God, I love Disneyland. I can fart wherever I want.
When you're in line for Indiana Jones, there's that rope pull, and you're like, you gotta time it perfectly so you make this.
What?
You guys wouldn't get it.
No, I wouldn't because I don't fart. I sealed my butthole shut.
And I'm a girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. At some point in the night, I had to cut the cheese. I thought it would be a small one. I thought I could just crop dust it, but it was the most silent, deadly, toxic, foul stink bomb of my life. The smell from my ass destroyed the dance floor. People cleared out. It was so bad, people thought that someone had an accident on the floor. Like they turned up the lights a little bit to see and make sure that there wasn't a health hazard. Even the DJ made a comment.
No way.
I went upstairs because I couldn't stand the smell of my own ass. I was up there for about 30 minutes, and when I came back down, I could still smell my ass.
Whoa.
It's all anybody could talk about. They thought someone had an accident. I had to play dumb. I was so embarrassed. All right. This reminds me of one of our live shows, unfortunately. It wasn't Tommy.
Oh. I'm thinking of the Tommy VidCon part.
There was a live show. There was a live show we had. It was a Christmas live show where before we went on, we were in like our waiting room rehearsal area, and someone farted, and it was so bad that everybody cleared out.
So no, I thought it was Tommy.
It was not Tommy.
I thought it was Ian.
It was not Ian.
It was Jeremy Elder.
I thought we got a confession.
No, it was Jeremy Elder. We got a confession.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
Jeremy
that's
Elder.
right. That's right.
Yeah, Jeremy Elder, Business Casual Podcast. Go check it out.
Yeah, go check it out.
If we're gonna do him
If we're
dirty,
gonna talk about him farting, go check out his
if we're gonna
podcast.
do him dirty like that, you gotta go check out his podcast.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
This
Angela,
reminds me of that time that guy ripped ass. Go check out his podcast.
Go check out his podcast. Angela was on an episode. I was on an episode. Courtney was on an episode. Anyways, it's horrendous. It's happened a few times in my life where I'm in a group setting and someone farts and it's like unfortunately horrible. And everyone's like, we gotta go. And like in those situations, nobody admits to it.
Yeah.
Everyone
there
cleared
have been
the
a
room.
couple times in my life where it happens. And then like probably back in like elementary school and stuff, like that happens. And it's just like,
The DJ
we should
turning
play
the
Werewolf
lights on.
except
The
it's who
DJ
farted.
commenting on it
good.
and the lights being turned up.
We're
lights
like,
being
hey, did
turned
someone
up.
pass out? We're just
Yeah.
Also, the fact that she came back 30 minutes later and it was still bad, it's like, hey, maybe something did
Something's
happen.
wrong.
Oh,
Something's
something's
not
wrong,
good.
and it isn't Saint Nick.
Nice. Call back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it. Wait, keep on. Hey, they're gonna cut all of us out. Keep going. No. Hey, you ready? Oh, yeah. Hey. It might be on that one. Keep going.
Our audio listeners are like, what the f*** is happening? Guys, I told you it's Friday evening.
Oh my God. Keep going, just keep going.
One of us has a bad
Oh my God, did someone fart? Just keep going, just keep going.
walking.
Keep going.
We have to go to Splash Mountain. Just keep walking.
We went to Splash
Mountain. All right, they rebuilt it. It's not Splash Mountain anymore. Just keep going.
Just keep going. It's like some thing, Moana thing.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Yeah. But it's still called Splash Mountain.
No, Tiana's
They changed the name?
Yeah. Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Wow. Who is that lady? Remember, that's the ride that was like, who is that lady?
This is what Angela's like, well, I'm not going to Disneyland now.
Who is that lady, Mama? Mama what?
Chance and I went on Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and he just was taken by a woman that was like a
Mama Yay Yay or whatever her name is. I love her.
What was so funny, bro? You kept calling
I was
her.
like, Mama Yay, it's not her name. I don't know what her
And
name
you're like,
is.
that's my choir teacher from
No,
middle
it's
school.
my African dance teacher. She reminds me of her. They look just alike. They do. And the vibes are like right there. I'm like, come on.
Okay.
We had Mama Yay Yay.
And he went, look, it's Mama Yay Yay on the ride. And we were like, who?
I thought I couldn't remember. I confused them.
Comments. Years ago, I was in a big record store with no one else there but the staff. I let a silent but deadly go while I was browsing. It was so bad that I had to move over a couple of aisles. A minute later, 2 teenage girls came into the store and walked right into my cloud and immediately started gagging and coughing. It was hard not to laugh.
Oh, wow.
No.
Okay, can I confess something too? I feel
You
like I
fart during this
I feel
episode?
like no, I didn't. I have this curse though, where I'm out in public, like I'm at a grocery store, I'm like somewhere, I'm like, okay, I gotta fart a little bit. I'm just gonna like fart really quick. That's when suddenly someone just walks my way, and they're just like, someone happens to be like,
Shania Top from Smosh.
I want to check out this aisle too, and I'm like,
Don't.
yeah.
Someone told me teens don't find farts funny anymore.
I heard that too.
Or was that you that told me that?
No, I didn't say that, but I heard that.
Tech is ruining everything. Just keep going. Just keep. Keep going. Just keep. Keep going.
It's how you look off to nothing.
Keep going. Keep going. Nobody said anything. Nobody. They're gonna cut that all out. Come on, keep going. Keep going. Keep the ball. Keep the ball up. Keep the ball up.
Keep going.
I shared this once before on Reddit. Many years ago, I was at work after a night of drinking. My stomach was seriously rebelling. I waited till the ladies' room was empty, ran in, unloaded the most horrific load, and ran out.
Load.
Maybe 10 minutes later, a coworker innocently asked if I'd been in the ladies' room this morning, to which I innocently replied no. She started ranting so loudly that the entire office got involved discussing it. She said if someone had to do something that disgusting, they should have gone home to go. It was the talk of the office for weeks.
Oh my gosh.
Someone else said, what's a little embarrassment when you can give so many Redditors a good laugh? Yeah.
And that's what we're all here for, guys.
And that's what we're here for. Thank you for clearing the dance floor. Yeah, she did kill the dance floor.
Yeah.
I told you that story. I think I said it at a live show when my brother had farted in the car. And my dad was so pissed off that he farted in the car, and he kicked him out, made him walk home.
That's awesome.
I still love that your brother ran and jumped and farted in one of your aunt's faces.
What?
Like my or it was like my babysitter, I don't remember, she was like sitting next, and he was like, fart coming, jump. The second he landed up, boom, down.
That's amazing. Incredible.
Your brother's the Tony Hawk of farting, dude. Like, he's the goat.
No, but how funny is it that we were like 5 houses down, and my brother farted, and my dad was like, John! And pulls over and goes, get out! And my brother was like, but our house is right there. He goes, walk home.
That's awesome.
And then we were pulling away, and in the rearview mirror, it just seemed like.
Oh my God, dude. Oh,
What a holiday.
damn, I can't believe your brother's Bart Simpson, dude.
He is.
Oh, okay. Well, happy holidays.
Happy
holidays.
Happy Thanksgiving, happy fall, happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa.
Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you're having a good holiday season. Hope Halloween was cool. Hope Thanksgiving was cool.
And you know what? Go sit on your husband's bulge.
No.
Get your pancakes out.
Just keep going.
Keep going.
The Battle of the Bulge. Anyway.
Keep going. Keep going.
Just end
keep
the
going.
episode. End the episode.
Okay.
Say goodbye.
Thank you guys for watching. Let us know what other themes and subreddits you'd like to see, and we'll see you next Saturday. Bye.